Hi
Hey,
everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are back. Welcome to the Soap Bar Podcast brought to you by the TV Cave. I am Ashley Sheree, and this is
hey, y'all, it's your girl Denise.
let's get it started. Okay, we don't really have any breaking news. Nothing and came up that I feel the need to report on, but I'm gonna say a reminder. Make sure that you go to NAACP and vote for your favorite drama series, which is BTG Beyond the Gates. And that leads us into let's talk about Beyond the Gates. So of course, like last week, we started with Naomi's test result, and we all knew that it was a lie. Like
Initially I was like, okay, is she lying about the results? Is she pregnant? Like, did she see them and she don't want anybody to know? But then you tell on yourself because you're researching preventative cancer research.
Yeah, like this is really, really I get it, but then at the same time, I'm just like, don't you want the support too? But I also understand not trying to worry anybody else because I do feel like even
Yeah,
as much as I love Danny, sometimes she can really make it about her. And I feel like that's where it would have went to. So I think she's trying to protect everyone, and not really take care of herself unless she's going to Ashley and talking about it.
I agree. I agree. Like she doesn't want to burden anybody. She doesn't want to worry anybody, but also you're the one that told everybody to meet up for this celebration.
Yeah.
Like it didn't have to be that way too. So like you kind of put yourself in an awkward position.
Yeah, like why even, yeah, it was kind of like why even do that? Because first of all, at one point in time, she really didn't know if she had it or not because she didn't want to look. And then to just kind of just go with it, I think too was the thing of, oh, well, we're here now and they're hounding me for it. So like let's just get this over with. And it was like I understood, but then I was just like, girl, type of thing. So yeah, and it was supposed to be about celebrating, we're Chelsea's negative now, we're negative, but girl, you ain't negative. So it's just like but I have to talk to, we gotta talk before we get to them. Chelsea and Madison. I'm skipping because I was going to talk about them later, but I gotta get your thoughts. Like, I understood why Chelsea was just like, okay, I want to celebrate the way I want to celebrate, and this
Yeah.
is what I'm gonna do. I feel like it's going back into her reckless type of category now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm free now. I'm about to be reckless, and I didn't think she understood either. Like Madison's take. Madison is a doctor. Like, let's really be
She's thinking
so for
about side
real.
effects. She's thinking about like long term stuff. She's not party hard like Chelsea.
Excuse me.
But we also recognize too, like, when Chelsea was with Stalker Shorty, it started out as a throuple. Like she was their
Hmm.
fake unicorn coming into the situation. So we know Chelsea get down,
She
like
do.
she likes to party. She a wild girl. And like you said, Madison's very established. She's a doctor. Like her life is a lot more structured. But I also feel
Oh
like it's
yeah.
an opportunity to get them a way out of the relationship. Like I think they're like that relationship has run its course.
Hmm. Well, see, okay, I did read some so TV Insider, they dropped some exclusive. I was
Okay.
disappointed because the only thing that they said about Chelsea and Madison, which I feel like is a very much liked couple, was the love affair continues. It wasn't any type of anything else, like nothing for us to kind of no teasing, no nothing, which I thought was weird because I felt like everybody else had some type of teasing going on and
Okay.
they didn't necessarily do that for them. And also, we talking about Chelsea and Madison. Madison, I don't even understand why Chelsea would even offer that to Madison, being as though how she looks at her mother, who is a very free spirit. We got some, type of different other ways to cure
True.
cancer that's natural. So why would she even? It's like do you know your woman or do you not know your woman? Let me know. So that was another thing too. But I was disappointed that with the TV Insider, it was just that one little sentence barely. So I
The
do
love
feel it.
affair continues, but I definitely foresee trauma. A lot
Oh,
of
definitely. Oh my goodness, definitely agree with that. It's just a little bit. disappointing. I'm always about representation. So,
Okay.
um, and they also talked about, Bill and Danny. We'll get into that later. Pisses me off. Like it just really does because talking about Bill and Danny
Okay.
anyway.
Um,
They're they're literally calling Danny a bird. Like,
damn, that's what the internet's saying about my girl. But you know what?
yes.
She
Oh,
is acting very much so like stand up. Out
yeah.
here being weak in the knees. Let him treat you like the booty piece of bread. Like stand up.
Word. Like, I mean, like I've always said this, and I understand that there are Bill and Danny fans, but he has done nothing to deserve it. Nothing. Like in that kiss, I would have rather if he would have initiated the kiss versus Danny. I feel like she just disrespected Audrey so much by even doing that. It was just disappointing to see her revert back. And, some people use the excuse of, oh, but, it's trauma and her mother is sick and then this and then that. But it's not like Andre hasn't been trying to be that shoulder for her. So I just feel like, like the old shoe her daddy was talking about, and it doesn't serve her. It's just toxic. So as hell. And I did appreciate her and her best having to talk about it, where she, basically said like, he didn't treat you right. Like he wasn't good and all of this other stuff. So yeah, but just like the constant like reminiscing that they do, even at the celebration, I was like, womp, 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 womp. Like it's so convenient, like how people just forget about everything. So yeah, on that one. But moving on along, so of course we had like Carlton and Dr. Rowland, so they kind of figured out that they're each other's competition.
It was so funny. I feel like who was either it was Carlton or it was Dr. How do you say is Roland?
Rowlands.
I be Greg Vine. Like I need to really start paying attention and listening to the names. Like girl, you can't he's the character, not the actor. But it was so funny. I feel like Carlton was the one who was standing there talking to
Shanice.
Ted. Yes, and was like, man, I don't know who this is. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm coming in having a consult with him, ortho, and I'm like, And Shanice just
Like, too.
mhm, like
Yeah.
spew all the tea. That was so funny to me.
It was cute. And I just like, I love this for Nicole. Like, I've been said that she needed to be
Y'all better
free,
bark
let
like you
loose.
want it. Yeah.
Word, let's see the competition because she's a bad bitch. So like I'm excited to see Veritas is really gonna go with her. It's great, and I feel like it's just really, really it's just needed. Like let her have some fun. She feels so tight, uptight sometimes, like she never lets loose. I mean, after her getting drunk, I'm like, yes, free the reins, let sis out. Let her get what she needs. So I'm excited. And then what I also love too is that um Joey is now blackmailing Leslie Dana Honolulu Sherry. And I'm like, with what? There's so much.
But I feel like Marcel told her too, like Joey ain't the one you want to play with. Joey is not the one that you want to go down that road with. And she just thinks she the big bad wolf. She can take everybody. Yeah, all right.
Not this one. You better leave this one alone. Leave this one
Oh,
alone.
you gonna come up missing. You better cut it out.
I mean, you heard what happened to our Dr. Dougie, so which I still think he's alive. I
Cause
think we
I
both
ain't seen nobody. I can't wait for him to come back.
same. I can't wait
I
for
can't
his
wait.
daughter to come. I feel like she's gonna give Vanessa a run for her money. She's
Come on,
gonna be the
Deanna.
problem.
We want to meet you, Deanna. Let's
We
go.
sure do. We sure do. And then that also led the way for Leslie Dean Honolulu to take some shots to the head. And
Oh yeah.
so you knew she was stressed. And then of course plant seeds with Haley, for their whole little celebration, shindig. So, but it was kind of funny to me, like going back to Danny and Bill, like it's just weird. Like she'll be all up in Bill's face when Andre isn't there, and then like she'll just revert back to being all up in Andre's face when he arrives. And that's that ish that I don't like. You smiling and grinning too hard in that man's face to be a married woman. I just ugh. So, but Haley's definitely, keeping an eye out on that, and we'll see how that goes. And then also, so Nicole and Carlton, I was about to say Ted, so you see where my mind goes. So Nicole and Carlton went on a date, and of course, who did they see? Shanice and Ted. What I didn't like, Ted looked like he was too like cheesy, like looking like, yeah, now you know, see, I done moved on too. That's what I felt like the acting was giving me. And to me, it just kind of solidified once again. And I don't know, you know, what was on the paper, the directions that we're giving for when directing, but like it just felt like to me, oh, he's still not over Nicole. That's what it was giving me because why would you be cheesing this hard when she walk up with somebody else and you have a new stink of boo boo? Like, why aren't you like, you know, just like, okay, whatever, like, hey, I hope you have a good time and be about your way. Like the cheesing and the grinning, I was just like, So, yeah. You have any thoughts? Did you notice?
Okay, so I'm not gonna say I didn't notice. It was more so like a did I care to look into it?
Oh. Well, because
I
you
don't
you got
know.
your favorite couple, so you ain't trying to.
Yeah, maybe am I? You think I'm biased? Do I look biased, y'all? Let me
You know, I
know.
always admit my bias, so if you got one, you have to say it now. You know we like who we like. So then I could admit I probably have bias too. But what maybe a little bit confirmed it is that when I saw other people saying that they saw it too, I was like, okay, I'm not the
Okay.
only one.
Okay.
But I feel like it's okay. And I mean, the two couples bumped the uglies that night. You know, they both all got it
They
in.
did. They did. They did. And you know what though? Like, okay, so I went back and watched the Ted and Shanice the first. It was I think the lines were kind of like corny,
Hmm.
but I think too because they're supposed to be like what, like a seasoned like age couple. But
Yeah.
it don't come on, it don't have to be corny. Like she said something
They
was
wouldn't give
toxic
Danny
or
and Bill
something.
those lines. I'm just saying. We know your favorites. We can tell.
Sorry, y'all.
And wait, so oh no, I think you're muted.
Am I? Can you hear me
Yeah, okay,
now?
now I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, no, I didn't touch anything. Please don't.
But yeah, like I'm not even gonna go into the favorites part. I'm not even going into it. It could have been better, but I do have to say, like Daphne, girl, like I thought that she was owning those scenes. Like it was all her. Like
Her
I thought.
kitchen be real spicy. I ain't even gonna hold you. It be real. She be using tongue. I be.
Because I don't even like Carlton and Nicole
You
together.
don't. You don't. You
But
don't. And we talked about that too.
the scenes were scening. Like, and I feel like it was because of her. And I think, and I could now this is where I could be looking too much into it, but it just looks like Daphne is enjoying what she's doing right now. It looks fun. And I love that for her character. I love that for Nicole. I love it so much.
Yeah.
But I have to ask a question. Okay, with the whole plasma situation, there are like rumblings of three different characters that people could see it being. Do you have any thoughts? Because we already know that, you know, Smitty and Jacob are going to be looking into it and, you know, all of that other stuff, but people are saying they have three options. Do you think you know what those three options are?
Okay. So one, I really love Jacob and Smitty's bromance.
Yes.
I want to say that I really do love them.
Brother-in-laws got to stick together.
But the handshake, like I'm from Chicago because my handshake was literally about to be something completely different. Y'all see, I had to stop. But it's like I really enjoyed their bro dynamics. But as far as I don't know who my three would be. Like
You only
I don't know. I
trying.
feel like that whole. Do you feel like that storyline was kind of like just dropped in there?
Oh, yeah, it's just happened out of nowhere. Like, what? I was just like, there was no lead up to it. Like, you know how sometimes they'll be like, oh, something happened in the hospital and, you know, da, da, da.
Yeah.
And then the next week, maybe we would have heard something like they like, nah, let's just jump y'all right into it. Bam, season two. Here go a new story for you that's coming up.
That's literally how I felt because I thought I had missed something.
Me too. I at first when I saw them together, I'm like, are they going back to a different story or are they about to reinvestigate Malone? Or so
Yes,
it
I'm like, what is going on? What is going on?
so of course when that plasma thing came up, I was like, oh, okay, so this is what we're doing. So these are the rumblings, like we don't know, y'all. Like we have
Because I'm
no
like, what
idea.
family members do you think?
No family members,
Okay.
but it's the rumblings of and once I tell you the three people, you're probably going to guess who I want it to be. People were saying Carlton Fitzgerald, of course. They are also saying Dr. Kyle Rowlings, and then last but not least, Grayson Perez. Ashley's new stinker boo boo.
Who would you say? Would it?
I know who I'm hoping it will be.
Who are you hoping it to be?
Carlton.
Because you don't. I'm like, because you
Get
don't
him
like
out of
him. I'm like, because
here.
you don't like him. But I feel like it's more so Grayson.
That's what, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. And that's what I was thinking too. And it would, because he just popped up. And also, after interviewing Jordy, he did say, be careful or something of that nature as, what's ahead.
Mm.
So, yeah, that's logically Grayson, my hope, Carlton, because I feel like since he's been around for a minute, it would be different. I
Okay.
mean, even if they did it like a partnership and it was both of them, like I wouldn't even mind that like either. So,
Like
to
collaborative. Okay.
and
I
keeping
can live with
it under fray so that way hopefully people really wouldn't like pick up that it was them. So
that. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean like we'll definitely see. Usually when I feel like they have like Smitty and Jacob together, it usually is good. So we'll see what they cooking. But I also have to say that so Vanessa got accosted by, an angry husband and Randy came and saved that ass. So it's like um and then she didn't want to tell Joey the way I would have been singing like a canary to my man. He touched me.
I think she is just so. I just think she. I think she's so dramatic. I think she's so dramatic.
Vanessa is a little bit dramatic.
Like I just feel like, and sometimes I feel like she lack accountability.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the reality. She need a big reality check. Like I don't think. Yeah, I
No.
just think that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with that too as well. So, yeah, but it was definitely intriguing and I feel like she also wants to be that head, BIC.
Real.
Um,
That's real.
and without it looking like she needs assistance from Joey. But girl, this would be the time that you do need assistance from Joey because you're not just gonna be manhandling me up at Offer Jeans. Like that's what we're not doing. So yeah, so we'll definitely see how this continues to play out. We talked about the plasma thing. Danny and Bill are just really pissing me off. And we've already talked about that too. Oh, but Tomas did see. So, there's that. And this would have been the time for him to really just be, kind of like that bad boy, the smirking look, like, I got something in my pocket and all of this other stuff. But we already know it's not going to turn out that way because Ashley be nice because I was about to say something and that's not nice. We'll talk about that off screen. And last but not least, Anita does faint after her chemo, with Sharon. And I thought that those scenes were so good. Like her just telling her, like, let's be real about this. Like I really need someone to talk about this with because I can't do it with my children. I damn sure can't do it with my husband. I need to be able to do this with my friend and really like talk about my
That's right.
fears, you know? So I thought it was so good and I really enjoy like sisterhood scenes like that. And I wonder, not even wondering, it also it gives credence to me of why I also really love scenes that have Danny and Nicole in it because it kind of gets back to the ground and the foundation and just how we as women can be and how supportive we can be of each other when we're going through like very significant hard times and how we continue to try to uplift people. And
Yeah.
sometimes they just want to be real. Like, no, let's be real about what's gonna happen, you know? What are your thoughts?
I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like realistically, you want to be big dog so bad, but you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't know. I feel like it makes me don't like the character. Is that okay? Is that okay to say? Like,
Yeah, go
this
ahead. This
is
is
the
your
Neem thoughts,
feelings.
y'all. This is the Neem thoughts. This is not a reflection of the TV game or Soap Wire.
Yeah.
And we
You know,
don't
I
really
be
say
going
those
off.
same
Go
things
ahead,
like that
girl.
anymore. But like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of, I don't know. Like, I love Anita and Sharon's dynamic as far as like this is a sister friend relationship,
Hmm.
but I don't know, sometimes how the beginning of the articulates came in and they was kind of shady toward Anita. I just
Oh, you remember that.
the Taurus in me is like very stubborn. So like what's y'all motive?
May? Oh, goodness, yeah. Yeah, you're stubborn.
Like I'm just like, and I'm an April Taurus, so I'm very
Oh,
laid
okay.
back and
Oh,
chill,
yeah.
but discernment is really strong.
Definitely.
So I'm like, the drama gonna kick off soon.
And I think the way I look at it, you know, and this is also kind of like speaking from experience too, when you kind of lose that relationship that you had, you know, with someone that you deemed like as your, you know, your sister, sometimes you just want to do whatever you can to get it back. So I think, and this is
Okay, so you feel like she kissing ass.
who, which
Not
one?
so
Not
um
anymore. Not
okay.
anymore. Not anymore. I feel like in the beginning when she was trying to make her way back in, and I do feel like it's really it's hard to kind of, you know, navigate that just being as though with the trust was lost. So when the trust is lost, that is hard to rebuild, especially with friendships. I tend to say that friendships to me are harder than, you know, relationships just because like this is also a mutual type of relationship that we're embarking in that no one gets really anything out of besides just like the love and care and you know, and of course like sometimes you'll do things for your friends, you'll pick them up, you'll give them money during hard times, like all of that stuff, but it's not like it's your man or it's your woman, you know, low key that kind of comes like with obligations that are already like, you know, inscripted in there. With
Yeah, I agree.
friendships, it's a little bit difference because you want to do it too as well. Like this is my whatever. So
Okay.
trying to I think like Anita was really trying to, you know, make that up because she left them, you know, one of her own and she didn't think about them. Low key she did, but still like when sometimes you can become embarrassed of the decisions that you make. And I do feel like Anita felt really bad about just leaving them, you know, and propelling to so much success when, you know, they started together. And she, you know, they already kicked out Barbara. So then it's like then you leave these two at the curb and granted, you know, some people would be like, okay, like not everybody's like New Edition sometimes where people are going to branch out. Well, they had their own issues. So
Oh
maybe
my
not
goodness.
as
But
good.
but they also came back together too.
Yeah. They're in a better place
Sometimes
now
you gotta go, touch the fire to know
to
that it's hot. Like, and
get back
also too,
there.
like I feel like Anita also tried her best to reconcile, like even when it
Oh, yeah.
comes to starting to trust, like for
Mhm.
Barbara's, like, I don't want to call her
So-called biological child,
it's
so-called.
me over here like offspring, but that's not nice either. So like her legacy,
Whatever you want to call it.
her.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like, you know, she did try, but also everybody has to be willing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
it's also like, let's be honest, like, are you willing to, you know, put the trust back out there to see if you guys can like, you know, make it work. So I understand too why people would be like, I don't know about them being friends again. But also I think they all wanted it but the trust factor was hard for them to maneuver past. You know, I think they should have went to counseling. I think friendships should all go into counseling too, because that's hard as well. So I definitely I definitely get like completely where you're coming from on that. Because it did at one point feel like they kept hammering and hammering and hammering. So it was like, then it becomes, do you want to forgive her or not?
That's it.
So which one are we doing?
Yeah.
So
But I will say that they have been there through her situation. Like they have been a listening ear. They have been a place where she felt like she can not be so controlled,
hmm
matriarchal Anita. So
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
give them that part.
Yep, I agree with that. So now we're gonna mosey on along because nobody wants to hear me ranting and raving about Bill and Danny because they be pissing me off. So let's go to Bode, okay? Bode and the Beautiful. So there's still Katie and Eric were able to still hide the fact that he's about to be the lead designer for Logan Designs. That's gonna be a mess. That is gonna be a mess. And also just really confirms that he really wasn't ready to resign. But he also stated too what I've also been thinking, like he did it because he felt like it was time for the next generation to really like take over. As we all kind of figured, But what is also really like doing it for me is just whole Deacon and Taylor situation. I'm low key eating it up. I think it's great. You got, Deacon's kids trying to maneuver it so they could be together and get this woman away from their father. And then Steffi is like, absolutely not, not on my watch. Like, you will not be getting my mother. Like, granted, I always feel like, unfortunately, Thomas and Steffi are always too much in their parents' business. But this is the one time I kind of get it and understand. We've talked about this too in these weeks, but I mean, she tried to pum her and her husband and all this other crazy thing that Sheila has did. So I can definitely see it. But it feels like they're really revving up to like have a kiss or something of this nature. Low key Deacon is basically admitted his feelings and Taylor is still finding it, but Lord knows they be thinking about each other. They ain't playing around. I think they have great chemistry though. Sean and Rebecca. I do think that.
I agree. I agree. I feel
Hmm
like I don't know how I feel about Hope's conversation going to Taylor.
Yeah, that was kind of
Like,
weird.
I didn't like Hope's conversation with Taylor, and I didn't like Steffi's conversation with Taylor.
Hmm
Like, I
You
feel like Steffi comes off very,
gonna do what I said, bossy?
yeah, like very arrogant, judgmental, like her shit don't stink.
A-
For a
And
better
it
word.
do.
And it kind of bothers me because it's like, but y'all also know I am new to the bowl world, so y'all correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm also a therapist, so I read energies for a living. So I'm gonna just throw that out there too. But I just feel like Steffi has several seats.
All that
I'm
back and forth you was doing between,
like, if
between
they gonna do it, do
Liam.
it. And you don't know, y'all, none of y'all want her with Sheila anyway. So I don't understand.
Exactly. Yeah, I wish she was a little bit more kind of understanding with her mom. It felt kind of like you better not like very stern, type of situation and not being too much of the under. Sometimes it would creak butt when she's like, I know that, about, Ridge and going back to Brooke and all that other stuff, but then it kind of always reverted back to you better do what I say type of thing. And yeah, that I can understand that part. And then always, I feel like they're always trying to have her and Hope always go at it somehow, some way. They're like, okay, we're going to essentially move past, put men in the same men in your orbit. Thank God. Like, let's be creative. Okay, we don't need to see the continuous triangle between them and a man. And so
Yeah.
now it's like, well, let's put the parents in there and see how this works. So yeah. Yeah, so she definitely confronted her and they went about it. And so there are a lot of things too with it. It's just like, ooh, kind of cringy. I mean, at least Taylor did tell Hope that it was inappropriate for her to even be having this conversation with her. And I thought that it really, like, essentially also wasn't, her place either. Like, I don't know, you're too busy talking to your dad, trying to force the situation, knowing that Sheila is also kind of, not even kind of, she is out there and she could really hurt someone. So it's just like, girl. But then also with Steffi, just She gonna do the most. She can't help it. That's my girl, but she that is one thing that she is definitely going to do. Um, and then also just continuing too with the Dylan and the whole Electra thing, which I think is just super weird too. Like Electra, you literally asked this girl to move in, but it looks like your insecurity continues to show. I'm just like, go to your man. Why are you doing going? Because your man keeps telling her it's okay.
They all go to the wrong people. Like y'all
Like,
have a conversation with everybody but the person who you're supposed to have a conversation with.
exactly. Exactly, because it does make it feel weird. Run, I'm like, why you even invite that girl to live upstairs if you're gonna be so insecure, dealing with the lunacy? It's like I get it, but then it's just like
Yeah.
you still doing too much. Like my first thought would have been, hey, Will, I feel uncomfortable with you spending alone time with her because of everything that's transpired. I'm not over it. Instead, you got this girl running back and forth, being scared to say hi now. I'd be like, okay, we'll bump it. Yeah, I gotta go. Like, but where am I gonna go back to the car? And then it's gonna be woo, woo, woo. Like, don't leave. I didn't mean for, you know what I'm saying? So, we're definitely gonna see about how all of that is continue to transpire. So we'll see. I mean, you already know we got weeks of the same story for some time. Like,
They gonna use them 18 minutes, y'all. They
okay,
gonna them
saying the
18.
same thing. All right, let's chuck it on down to Days of Our Lives. So they did have Trey get christened, John Paul Demira. He's now christened, and they
Oh,
I know, right? They made sure to do it before Javi leaves, so it was a rush, the time. I did see like Ari's being such a college student, like I'm not going. I gotta move in. So sorry, that's not happening type of thing. I do think the Javi and the Leo thing is also kind of sad. So after Javi does say that he's not going to file the marriage certificate, and Leo was a little bit heartbroken, but you can also tell that he still has feelings for Dimitri. Like it's still there. And I also get Leo Javi wanting to be the only one. You know what I'm saying? So there were extenuating circumstances that allowed them to be together, but also acknowledging that Leo didn't have the opportunity to really figure out this, what happened between him and Dimitri because he was taken away during no fault of his own. But he did tell, Javi that he's going to propose to him another time. So this probably concluded with Al plays Javi with him going over to Brilliant Minds. So he's now on a primetime series on NBC. So that probably has happened. But I do think that they're going to be recasting him. Do you have any thoughts on like the whole Javi, Leo, Dimitri thing?
I don't know. I feel like time where they knew that Javi was gonna be gone, like the character because the actor was leaving. So yeah, it's a cause rift, but also I would say that Leo was going to get close to him, and then boom, it's going to be like you said, a recast, or he comes back and
Hmm.
a possible love triangle, which we do love in the soap world.
We do. We do. Unless it's Bill, Danny, and Andre. Um,
You're gonna make me run out of water. All these sips.
I just say it. But I actually did enjoy Brady and Kristen's confrontation. They really had it out. And she would what made I just love when women stand 10 toes down, and she was like, why would I ever want to be back with a man who disdains me so much? And I said,
Yeah, and I feel like that conversation was a long time coming.
yes. She's finally standing up. She's realizing, like, nah, this ain't it. I don't want to do it no more. And I just love when a woman does that. Brady has been telling her forever and a day that this ain't it. Or me or you. So this is done. And she's finally taking heed to that. So like I do love it. She also called him out on moving too quickly with Sarah. Sarah did just get a divorce. She loved herself some Xander. Like she not over that man either, even though she says she ain't. And that's just what it is too. So I definitely did enjoy that too. And also we have to talk about the custody with Chad, Jack, and Jennifer. So I thought those scenes were great, and also the talk that Chad had with Thomas too was literally amazing. Oh my God, the parent-child chemistry that Billy Flynn has with Carrie Christopher is so good. They will be so freaking missed when they both leave. Like, so it has to be, probably coming soon. But basically, they did come to agreement at the mediation. Chad will retain custody, but of course he will not be with Cat, which I feel like is crazy to have, someone tell you who you can't and can't be with. But I also understand Chad just wants to preserve the family that he has. He already lost his wife. He loves his kids. Like it, and for that, that's all that matters to him. So I mean, it's a good dad.
I agree.
Hmm
And I'm loving the salt and pepper on him too.
Yes, Billy Flynn looks good though. I think it's probably the eyes. It's
I
the,
think so too. I think so.
oh goodness, but I can't get over the talk that him and Chad had. Like it felt like a real crucial parent-child talk. He's just like, I'm gonna do things that you do not like, but that does not give you the right to tell me what you will and won't do. I'm the parent. I said you better. Like that felt so freaking real. I I just was like, now this was writing, and I just wish that the writers could keep things up like that. Being very specific in everything. So yes. Also, Gabby and Philip they had a meetup and we're talking, and Stefan was brought up, and I was just like, oh shucky duckies now. Cause I don't think he's dead. I will continue to say that. And then when they do things like that, well, even if he is alive, I would never leave you.
See they pop up. You trying
Exactly.
you trying to do an introduction to see a pool, to see if people was gonna catch on to y'all saying his name and stuff and see if they be and then he gonna pop up.
Exactly. And I can't wait. I'm a huge fan of Gabby and Stefan, and but the thing is Gabby has and I believe it's Sherry has amazing chemistry. So she has it with Philip, John Paul, she has it with the man that plays JJ. Like they have it. So we'll see where this goes. And then the last but not least, they also they believe that Jeremy is the one who's stalking
Mhm.
Stephanie, so you know that he it's not him. Yeah, not him. Oh, and let's mosey on right down to General Hospital. Now, General Hospital did have a week. I will admit it.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, normally, I watch BCG before I watch GH every day, but and BCG comes on my Paramount at 4, and
Yep.
GH don't come on Hulu till 7.
Yep.
I've been 7 o'clock, like six
Ready.
fifty seven. Like, let me refresh, and I haven't done that with General Hospital in a long time.
Girl, like it because it has to do with freaking Willow. I know Caitlyn is like eating this up right now because sis, you got a good story now.
You got people tuned in, baby.
Hey, like drugging. What's his Drew was amazing. Also allowing
Sounds
Scout to
so
live with her,
good.
huh,
Yes,
her grandmother with
yes.
Alexis. Great. I mean, I didn't like how she was like, well, with Danny, I just really don't. I get it too, but I would have been like, we can try and figure something out.
Baby, Natasha gonna play that. Natasha better play that. Talking about she just gave me the greatest gift. Scout. No, she just gave you the greatest gift information. Like,
Period.
because baby common sense ain't always common.
You know
She
it
got
ain't.
off for attempted murder of Drew. They
Mm-hmm.
ain't been home 24 hours and he has a wild stroke. And I don't know what's happening. Yes, you do know what's
She was
happening.
crying. She was like, God, going up to Elizabeth. Oh my God, I don't know what
And shout out
happened.
to Kat because Kat the only one that's like,
Yes, God, it's
y'all ain't gonna say
like,
nothing. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
yeah, I think, yeah, okay, this is cool. Okay, like,
I'm
bet.
going off y'all lead. Okay.
Word, word. It was a lot. It was a lot of goodness. I have to admit it. Even Tracy coming later and her saying it's karma. For me, I'm like, Nina, you should be agreeing with this. Oh, wait till they all find out. Wait till they all find out. She had you all looking stupid besides Michael. Michael know what it is. The everybody else, you look dumb as hell. Also, the fight between Chase and Michael was been needed to happen. Laid him out as he should have. Cause Chase, you look stupid as hell. And he's right, calling him out. Yes, is the plan to sleep with Willow? Is that what you really want, sir? Let's lay it out on the line. Let's say what it is. So I thought that was just like so good. And also, Brooke Kerr needs to be on more. It's been weeks since we've seen her. So they had three powerhouse actresses in one scene. And when I say three, I'm talking about she also had two soap opera legends with her, the Jane Elliott and the Jeannie Francis. With let's put some respect on her name with the Brooke Kerr. Oh, okay. So like her and her acting with them, saying why she did what she did, and also noting like I still saved that man after he was blackmailing me.
Mm-hmm.
And what? Like
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was so good. Did you have any thoughts on that part?
Not really. I I feel like it's a prime demonstration of resilient Black women.
Mm,
Like
yep.
you put in different situations where you're forced to show up against your opposer. Like you're like just like you I'm trying to be like politically correct, y'all, but it's gonna come out like
You
Danae. And
when
it's
you have your facts together when someone is trying to take something away from you and
like
you laying it down.
literally like I'm in a position like I feel like her character was in a position where yes, you said she's being blackmailed. She got all these things that's going on. She got all these fights against her. Is she making the best decisions? Absolutely not. But when
Mm-hmm.
it came down to Drew, it's like Drew done did so much to so many people, and y'all still trying to fight to make sure he okay. Like
Yes.
that's when the character of you was really showing, and I think her character showed him that too. Like even you saying, and I still saved him.
Yep. And it's just like, cause y'all playing games. So I just feel like when I look at all the crazy things that people have done on General Hospital and nobody knows Sonny, pew pewing Jagger
And we still
slowly
don't
to
know that Sonny killed Jagger. Like they should have announced that at the Willow trial because we was waiting on
oh,
that. Like,
they GH wants us to forget about that. Like they want us to forget about Pikeman. Like that's their goal always. Like shh, they
they
love to
gonna forget about
gaslight.
Anna too. Anna, they gonna forget about Anna.
They probably will. Oh my God, didn't even talk about, Gemma doing the do. Did the do.
Oh,
They are cute. They are literally
they
it.
remind me of like Jason and Robin
Yeah,
back in
they're
the
a really cute couple. Like one of their only young adult couples. It's sad I can't even put Kai and Trina in there, but they don't give them a story. So they actually give Emma and Gio some form of a story. I mean, they're floundering with Josh. They can't figure out who to set her up with, like, which is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. It don't hit. Nothing hits. Oh my God. So at least they have that, but she had some great scenes too, where it was like, I'm really concerned about my grandmother. Like, of course, like she's like her Aunt Felicia and her mother, Robin, feel like it's weird, but I also know I feel like they're just used to this with her WSB. Whereas like Emma has been living with her. So, and she just knows that she will probably be more on it. Because if we're going to be honest, like at a certain point, Anna did stop raising Robin because she was presumed to be dead, and then Mac took over. So I kind of understand like where it's kind of different, like how Robin could be looking at it like, oh, she's just on another WSB thing. You don't gotta worry about that girl.
day.
Whereas like Emma's been living with her for what, like months, almost a year now. It's like, nah.
How do you feel about Nathan? I just don't trust them.
No, I don't trust him either. And to be honest, I rarely watch scenes with him because, but for them to go, and well, she was looking for Mac, so that was the thing. But for him to just take it
That's true.
over,
And was like maybe I mean he's like I'm family adjacent. And that made me I just thought about breaking news that she's coming
oh
back.
yeah, Kristen Storms is coming back.
Yeah. So
Thanks for that.
I thought about it, like thinking about it.
And I could see where it's just like, so why all of a sudden, do you want to, just take over? Like, I don't know, it still should have been like, I'm gonna look into it, but still make sure you tell your uncle too as well. More than one head on this would be amazing. So I could see him having like something up his sleeve, but I just also loved how Gio spoke into Emma too. Like, listen, you was right about Dalton too. Like, you trust your gut. Your gut is right. I'm like, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that's right, girl. Trust your damn gut. So that
Mm-hmm.
that is really good. Also, really quickly too, Isaiah. Shout out to you, sir. That's a
Mm-hmm.
man's man. Okay, stick it up for his woman. He had to tell Stella what it is and what it wasn't.
Because it's not like it's you went too far. You
Hmm.
went too far, and business is not yours. Like everybody in that situation is grown. Yeah, Aunt Stella, da 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 da, but still you're overstepping a boundary. And I was
Completely.
very happy that he put her in her place.
And it needed to be said because you was just up in her house kicking her back in. I get that Trina was mad, but what you not gonna do is talk about my mother. Like that's what we not gonna do. I just met you mofos 2.5 years ago. Like, this woman raised me. And Taggart, even though they want to act like he didn't. I would have to shut it down. I've had things where I had to be like to my father, don't talk about my mother. It's like, we not doing that. So yeah. Anything else about General Hospital?
We had a guest appearance from Peter August.
Oh yeah. I don't know why they brought that back. Like, let him suffer. I know it's supposed to be an
They,
illusion, but
they be bringing back people. They be bringing back people. I know Laura. They rolled together that day. They ain't have to no sacrifice.
word, like, oh my
Oh, you think
God.
I'm upset? Well, I'll start the car. Come on, let's go.
Word, like let's go on ahead now, baby. I can't get you back on there, but at least we got you doing this.
I
I
think that's
can.
it. Yeah.
Right. So, all right, yeah, I actually did catch up on Young and the Restless. Woo child. Okay, so basically, it's really short about what I have to say. I do have to say that Josh Morrow, who plays Nicholas Newman, Nick, he acting his butt. Sorry, y'all. Ah, that was loud too. I was hoping, and we was almost done. I was just about ready, like, dang, the doorbell didn't ring. Bless it. And then look at that. See how you put things in the universe and you manifest?
I didn't
So,
hear it. It was good. I didn't hear it.
okay, good. Woo. Okay, bet. So, and you could tell that Nick is probably going to have a drug addiction soon. So basically, he was in a bad car accident after he got Matt Clark. So Matt Clark was able to escape, but then the Abbotts wind up getting him. But still, he left the hospital. The AI program done took over Newman Enterprises, and it's just destroying it bit by bit. Now Phyllis and Kane own it, and Kane's kids hate him now, and Phyllis's daughter Summer hates her as well because that is her family's company. So I could see her feeling some type of way, like, girl, why you do that? Like, you making things weird for me. But Josh and Michelle also had a great scene together. I felt like it, relied on the history, different things, how Nick has always had her back no matter what, and this is what she does. So like I did feel like those scenes were good. Is it drawing out? I hate how they have this story with Mariah and Tessa, and just like Mariah is just like lost in the sauce. We really don't, there's no we have no idea what's going on with her, like at all. Like there's been no diagnosis. We've seen she's just having hallucinations. Things is going on with the good sis, and we just have no idea what's going on. And she's aware that her child, she has her child that she adopted, but then she's whining about the gestation surrogacy that she did with Abby, and it's looking like she may take Dominic. It's just a mess over there. Because at the end of the day, like, how are you going to take a child when you already have one? I don't know, yeah. It's a lot, but I will say that at least the Abbotts came out on top, and Josh continue acting how you're acting, and Noah is just too selfish, too self-centered, and he getting on my last nerve being, I don't want to be an ageist. Being with this older woman when he should have been with Allie, who's an Abbott, and it could have been a Newman Abbott thing again. But that's just my thoughts. So, um, whatever else I have to say about the Young and the Restless, we'll talk about that another time. But that was really just the gist of it. And of course, my Nadra is still not together, and Audra met up with Amy to try and be friends again, and Amy's really not trying to hear it right now because she's still lying. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So, our last parting thoughts is: do you have any favorite scenes?
Um, okay, let me think on that. Also, I want to shout out Ashley for the Young and the Restless, y'all. She really did watch it. I can tell. I can tell because I haven't heard those names in a while. Abbott, Nick, like Audra, sexy couple.
It was
Like
it was a snowstorm in Jersey, gave me all the time I needed.
baby. So that was just hilarious. Also, my favorite scene is last week. Nope.
Ooh,
I'm not saying they're, but I'm trying to think of something that stood out. And I can't. I can't think. I think last week was like the week before was like a
it was a couple.
Yeah, shout out to GH last week, but yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, the standout scene would definitely be once, Willow, stuck him. That would be definitely one for me because I love to see it. She's being so sneaky and dropping off the syringe in the hospital. That was also smart, but then I'm also thinking cameras, but you know what? It's a soap. We'll suspend that. Um, and also the standout scene too was just Nicole getting it in. I mean, shout out to Daphne. Like, since you did that, girl, and I hope you get more. So everyone, thank you so much for listening to the Soapwire podcast brought to you by the TV Cave. Please be sure to follow us on TikTok. It is soap.wire. On Instagram, it is soap_wire. And on Blue Sky, it is just nice old soap wire together, not apart. As for me, you can follow me on TikTok too, Lady Two Eyes underscore ASA312. Lady Two Wise underscore ASA on what's that, Instagram, as well as the bad place known as Twitter. And last but not least, you can find me on Blue Sky with just Lady Two Wise, no underscore ASA, all together, not apart. Need?
Instagram, Neen_Amanda and Neen_ the therapist. Blue Sky, Neen Amanda. Twitter, Kiss My_Neen. And TikTok, Neen_Amanda.
And with that, once again, thank you so much for rocking with us. We're, like Nee said last week, a year in, and we still pumping them out, and we wouldn't do it without you. So, make sure you continue to support our stories, and we will see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m., 8 a.m., unless something happens. All right, and we'll let you know. All right, bye.